Hello, hello. This is David. I want to give you a free counseling session. This is going to be pro bono, uh, not Sonny and Cher bono, but pro bono. Um, you know my background a little bit. I've got two master's degrees, part of a law degree, and going on 80 years now, counseling people, running residential facilities for mostly disturbed children, putting together handicap facilities. So I know a little bit about social services. I have a degree from Brigham Young University in child development and family relationships. So in my business, the Cockroach Disability Law Center, I charge $1,000 an hour. That's cheap for me because I'm worth it. I win, and that's what people want. That's what they get. So I'm going to do this video. I've thought about this for the last 30, 40 days. I've never done a political video. And there's many reasons for that, because I'm not basically a political person. I want to say right up front, I have voted Democratic. I have voted Republican. I voted for Ronald Reagan. I think I've voted for Clinton. I voted for Nixon. I have got a long history of being able to go with what I think the person is going to be of character. They say these days character doesn't matter, but that's up to you. To me, character matters. I want to do a video for a couple of reasons. One is I don't want it to be political. I don't want people who are people that look at my videos, the subscribers and whatever. I don't want them to say, well, David's a Republican. I'm never listening to him again. And someone else go, oh, David's a Democrat. I'm never listening. I'm neither one. I'm neither one. I'm right in the middle. And I have voted both ways my whole life. And I'll continue to do that. I believe in certain principles and morality, etc. So I'll go with the individual that I feel is best. Now here's why I'm doing the video on the other hand here. I do counseling every day. I spend at least 2 to 3 hours a day counseling individuals. And it goes from everything. It goes to homosexuals, it goes to bisexuals, it goes to learning disabilities, it goes to brain damage, it goes to schizophrenia, the borderline personality, bipolar, PTSD. So I have a little bit of an array, and I still have my fingers in the pot of helping people, advising people, and counseling. I've counseled just yesterday. I spent over an hour with setting up people who needed job coaching, etc. That's stupid. That's boring. Now, here's what the video is about. I didn't vote. I'm not going to say who I voted for because it's not important. What's important is I do have a psychological and a broad background in mental illness. I have some experience living a little bit of dementia. I mean, I'm, like I said, pushing 80, and there's some words I can't pick up sometimes, and when I review my videos, I go, oh my God, I was talking about passports, and then I said Temple recommends. They're not the same document. I've made a few mistakes lately, these older videos, and that's because old age. So I'm pretty qualified. I'm not saying that I am the best expert in the world. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying this: any court in the United States, I could be certified as an expert witness. I have that experience, I have that education, I have that knowledge. So I don't do political things. This is not a political video. What this is a video that I'm going to say, with my background, my experience, and my education, I think I'm seeing, and I want a time stamp and date, of course. My videos are always doing that. Once I say it, it's done. And I want to go on record. I think the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is in the early stages of dementia. I know a little bit about dementia. I have some geriatric experience, and I am watching the TV and watching what he says, what he does, how he conducts himself. I've worked in nursing homes. I've worked with people with Parkinson's disease and dementia, and I've worked having some knowledge, and I have an education, knowledge, and experience. So I'm going to go on record, and I'm going to say right now on my video, and I don't care who looks at it. It's not important to me how many hits I get. You know that. I don't make any money. People have offered me money. No, I don't make money. And people say, well, do you want to come and be on our show or intertwine with it? No, no. I do everything independently and everything above board. I don't have to lie. I don't have to cheat. I don't have to be dishonest. No one sponsors me. Basically, I sit and I think. And then suddenly that little voice just comes to me like it did 30 minutes ago. David, go do a video and document. Okay. I wasn't going to. I didn't even shave. I didn't even, put my suit and tie on and look like, I'm in the CIA or the Committee to Strengthen the Members. I'm seeing that Donald Trump is in the beginning phases of dementia. Now, this concerns me. Again, I'm not political. I think that my opinion is that he should be removed from office. Anybody that is in any stage of dementia does not have the rights or the authority. It's insanity to let that kind of a human being have nuclear codes and be able to launch nuclear missiles. I've already seen the tariff fiasco that's going on. Is that totally related to Donald Trump? There's been other kinds of fiascos, but this one is extremely unique and unusual. It's erratic, it's sporadic, and it's not linking together like a chain. A normal person that doesn't have dementia has a certain degree of ability to see the chain that if you go outside naked, the neighbors may be upset. If you have dementia, you might not put those things together anymore. You go outside naked, and then you're surprised. How come the police are showing up? How come everybody thinks, I'm naked? Well, what's the big deal? So this is the early stages of dementia. And I just want to go on record before I die that either I was right or I was wrong. And if I'm wrong, of course, I'll erase the video. I'm Mormon. No, I'm not anti-Mormon. I'm not ex-Mormon. I don't know. I'm just Mormon. But anyway, I'm scared. Not for me. I'm not scared for me, God. If I live another day, great. I probably won't. I'm really scared for this younger generation and you middle-aged people who are working your asses off trying to buy food and make car payments, pay the insurance, get along with each other, neighbors and the boss giving you bullshit, Every time you open that fucking front door, you're going out into a war. I know that. And I admire you, younger generation. You've got it tough. Now, he needs to be removed. There is a provision in the Constitution for his cabinet to remove him legally and respectfully. Richard Nixon, when he resigned because he got caught stealing some things at Watergate, President Ford let him die in dignity. He was able to pardon him, and Nixon went to California and died. And the Mormon church now has, I keep thinking Emirates. I can see, there it is. See, the beginning. the beginning, and I know it and I sense it. He's got it bad. The President of the United States has got it bad. When you remove a person, Emirates, see, I'm being stupid because I'm demonstrating. I'm not faking it. I'm not faking it. Trump is worse. He's much worse. I don't have dementia. I'm having a little bit of memory loss. Dementia is different. Dementia is that the links of the chain don't connect. They don't connect. Demented people say and do things, one, without thought of how it's going to affect them or other people or society. They say it many times out of desperation. Sometimes they say it out of what they think is inspiration. Sometimes a demented person is somewhat mentally isolated. They may be talking to other people and engaging a little bit socially, but they're really isolating, and their world gets smaller and smaller and smaller for dementia. And the things they say, the things they do are nonsensical and can be dangerous. Now, let me give you an example. You young people, you have grandpa and grandma, even your parents. You know damn well that you can't put grandpa in the house alone because he sets the fucker on fire. He leaves the goddamn stove on. He puts the bathtub on and then goes to bed for 3 hours, then it runs over. These demented people have to have supervision. If you leave them on their own and you give them nuclear codes, they may wake up one day and just push the buttons. They may just push the buttons. Now, I'm trying to be a voice of reason. I'm trying to be measured. I'm trying to be a voice of warning. I'm afraid that your younger generation, you young people, are going to have either a civil war or you're going to have a nuclear war. Now, whether it's going to be a worldwide nuclear war, I can't predict. Whether it's going to be strategic nuclear wars, 2 or 3 of our cities, 2 or 3 of somebody else's cities, I don't know. But when you have no friends, when a demented person makes shit up about their family and they isolate themselves, which is what's happening with Donald Trump as president. Canada, as long as I've been alive, Canada has been a friend to the United States. Mexico has been a friend to the United States. The European Union has been a friend to the United States. NATO, and after World War II, you young people, you don't look at history and it doesn't matter. But everything was connected together. And what this man has done now in 60 days is he's broken all the links of that chain, and he's throwing the chain up against the wall. It's going in many, many pieces. People are running out of the room. They're seeing danger. They're seeing what the hell is going on. People who have had their whole life disrupted with mass firings. Again, I'm not political. There's waste. There is waste everywhere. But as an adult, as an educated and experienced adult, we go into an institution, we do some research, we do some testing, we do some monitoring, and we do some evaluation, and then we make a recommendation that this department needs to shrink by 10%, or we don't need this department, or this is overlap, or whatever. I'm aware, you're not, I'm aware of the, I forget what it was, $30,000 toilet seat that the U.S. government was buying and wasting money, taxpayers' money. We've seen it. The bridge to nowhere up with Sarah Palin up in Alaska, I think. They built a very expensive bridge. It went nowhere. No traffic on it. It goes nowhere. We see this insanity in institutions. I'm 100% behind going into institutions reasonably, investigating. And when we find waste and we find corruption, we find bribery, we find payoffs, we find I forget which senator it was. They found whatever $100,000 in dollar bills, $100 bills in his freezer in his front kitchen. When we find that shit in America, we get rid of it historically. We get rid of it historically. When we find people like McCarthy during the McCarthy era, blackballing people, people losing their jobs because of lies, because of innuendo, we took care of that. So America has a very strong history of not wanting to waste money. We're not fools. We're not idiots. We know there's waste. And when you have somebody, and I'm going to mention the name Elon Musk, I don't know how he got elected, if you know what I mean, how he can send emails to, huge federal agencies and lay off tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands by the time this video comes out. And all these things now being tied up in court. What a clusterfuck. What a clusterfuck. This makes no sense. This is dementia. If you go to any nursing home in the United States and get the oldest patient out of the lockdown unit that has dementia and put them in the White House, they're going to look very similar and talk very similar and think very similar to Donald Trump right now. Trump is going to get worse. Dementia can be, very progressive very quickly. It may not be very quickly. But do you and I want to take a chance with nuclear weapons and the nutballs like North Korea and Putin and, even the Chinese? I don't think I want a nutball in there. I don't care what political party is in there. I just want a sane human being. I don't care if they're a Republican. I don't care if they're a Democrat. I want a person in there that sees the links in the chain, is working to make America safe and make America connected, that we have friends and alliances and allies. And for him in 60 days to go in and fire the Department of Education and try Social Security, privatizing this nutball barrage. It's like a tsunami barrage. It's dementia. A normal person wouldn't do that. He's got 4 years. May have 8 years. 60 days. It's right now, today, immediate. Everything is an emergency. When a dementia person wants an ice cream, it's an emergency. You go get them that ice cream right now, or they're going to yell, they're going to scream, they're going to jump up and down, they're going to say they hate you, you've never done anything for them, they have a right to this, they're going to go berserk mentally because that's what's gone. The cognitive connections there in the brain are deteriorating, being blocked, and being burned down. So this video, I've hesitated to do. I don't want to be political. When I see shit, I'm going to say I see shit. When I see shit in the Mormon church, I say I see shit in the Mormon church. So that's kind of my introduction. And you know me, I'm out of touch because I'm old. But I love GPT, I love Gemini, I love DeepSeek, I love Siri, and I love Alexa. They keep me somewhat informed. I've asked GPT something here to make some comparisons, and let's see if she'll read it for us and if it has any value. Read your last comment.
Sure. Here's the last part of what I mentioned. Negative correlations among Joseph Smith, Donald Trump, and Adolf Hitler. First, all three were known for their authoritarian tendencies, often exerting strict control over their followers or citizens. Second, each of them faced significant legal and ethical controversies, from criminal charges to accusations of corruption and abuse of power. 3, they were all criticized for their treatment of minorities or dissenters, often creating divisive and hostile environments. 4, each had moments where their personal decision-making was questioned or seen as irrational by their peers. 10. They faced strong opposition and resistance from both internal and external critics. 6. Each of them left a controversial legacy that continues to be debated long after their time. 7. They were known for promoting divisive ideologies that resulted in significant social or political conflict. 8. They all faced significant backlash from international communities or neighboring regions. 9. Each had moments where their personal decision-making was questioned or seen as irrational by their peers. 10. They all created environments where truth and fact were often overshadowed by their own narratives or propaganda.
All right, well, I'm going to leave that again. That's a machine. You want to hate the messenger? Hate the machine. I just simply said to GPT-4, give me some positive correlations, give me some negative correlations between these three people. So I want to go on record. I'm predicting dementia right now, and I'm predicting dangerous dementia. If this much damage can be done and this many lives ruined, influenced negatively in almost every country in the world and almost every government agency in the United States, and the economy in 60 days, I think it's been 58 days averaging. If somebody has done this in 60 days, it's not political. It's mental illness. And dementia is not really technically a mental illness. It's a deterioration of the cognitive thinking ability of of a human being. So I want to go on record. I want to make it very clear, and if it helps anybody, great. If nobody looks at this, I could care less. What's important to me is when I see shit, I have a platform that I can say, gee, I see shit. I'm not one way or the other. I've said even with the Mormon platform that I use here, President Nelson of the Mormon Church is a brilliant surgeon. Brilliant surgeon. He's an idiot prophet. That's how I see it. That's my opinion. And the only reason I've come on here today to do this video is that I see real danger. I've never been scared. I'm almost 80 years old. I was raised in the United States. My dad was in the U.S. Navy. My daughter right now is under Trump's thumb in a NATO base in Sicily, protecting missiles and monitoring missiles from other countries to hit the United States. If Trump starts a war, my daughter Abigail is going to be in the middle of it. He's the commander-in-chief, and the commander-in-chief can pretty much have a carte blanche open policy. They can declare emergencies. They can declare martial law here in the United States. People who are dissenting can be locked up, put away. So anyway, I'm not going to go any more into political. I'm saying this as a professional. If I had to write a professional letter, it would look something like this. To whom it may concern. I've not interviewed Donald Trump personally. I've only been able to observe his behaviors and his vocal ideas on YouTube and on the news of the United States and other countries. So the report that I'm writing is based upon no personal one-on-one interview with Donald Trump, but with media and with observational comments by the man. As a professional, I have some very serious concern. The correct sentence probably would be more more than a concern. I see some real danger of this human being having power that is excessive. He seems to still be able to dress himself, feed himself, speak. He's articulate. However, his ideology, or not ideology, but his comments um, reach proportions that are in at least the second standard deviation and probably now in the third standard deviation of the bell-shaped curve. Making comments like eating dogs and cats, making comments like Canada becoming the 51st state of the United States, making comments of maybe putting a nuclear bomb in the middle of a hurricane to dissipate. These comments are certainly in the third standard deviation. This person doesn't need to be institutionalized at this point, but this person needs to be monitored and supervised by a competent, capable adults that are going to be able to guide him, direct him, interact with him. But for him to be on his own, he seems to have some problem sleeping at night. He's up very late on social media, posting different things. And again, the posts are erratic and they're sporadic and sometimes nonsensical. They just don't make sense to a normal population. So my recommendation is that the cabinet and or the government of the United States be kind, but to remove him from office. And the way our country is built, that would be Vance, vice president, would take over. Now, whether you agree with Vance or you don't is irrelevant. Vance is not a crazy person. Vance has no criminal insanity kind of behavior in history. So whether we believe politically, Republican or Democrat, doesn't matter. It's totally irrelevant. But when you have a demented person, hands on the nuclear codes, that needs to be stopped. That is a danger, not just to Americans, but that's a danger to the entire world. So I would sign that David Crossett, MS/MS/11% JD degree. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Again, I just want to go on record, and as a professional, that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm recommending. Thank you.